Hey, welcome to Cinema Gulp. This is Ben.
And this is John.
And today we're doing a Gulp review of
Justice League.
The Revengers. The Avengers.
Yeah.
Super Friends. Hey everybody, welcome to this Gulp review of the Justice League, or I guess it's sans the, but it's Justice League. John, what did you think of the Justice League?
Fuck, this is more of DC's crap. Obviously, I'm not a fan of comic book movies at this point, although I loved Thor. Like, it didn't feel exactly like a comic book movie, though, but the whole movie felt like I was watching cartoons the whole time. And they have terrible acting, terrible dialogue, I felt like, in this movie. Everybody comes across with wooden performances. I mean, there's
My man!
Yeah.
Booyah!
Alright, I dig it. My man!
The shittiest 1990s callback dialogue.
Yeah, I didn't hate this movie. I didn't love this movie. I certainly didn't love this movie. I'd say I kind of liked this movie. It's not a good piece of filmmaking. It's not a quality film. It's got stamps of the mess that became of the production all over it. But I think, for once, there was interesting characters in a DC movie that you were sort of rooting for. Except for one that we'll go into when we go into characters who, you and I are in the minority. I'm just going to say it. I kind of hated Aquaman, and I don't I don't know why everyone says he's so cool, except for he's got long hair and tattoos and pecs. He could barely deliver his lines, and his lines weren't funny.
Which isn't what I picture when I think of Aquaman. I know the version of him from the cartoon is probably not what they were going to go with in a movie, where he looks like the ambiguously gay duo, but his look was stupid. It didn't make any sense to me.
I'm pretty convinced there's no way to make Aquaman cool. Not even Christopher Nolan can make an Aquaman movie cool, because he just kind of swims around like a mermaid.
You seen James Cameron's version? It's pretty dang good.
Yeah, I have, starring Chase Meridian or whatever, or Jimmy Chase or whatever. Vincent Chase. Yeah, check that movie out. The Flash owns this movie to me. The Flash.
We're representing The Flash.
Yeah. Ezra Miller did a great job. He really made it fun. They clearly were beefing up the Flash role through the Joss Whedon script. At least that's the way it seems. I'm speculating. I don't know. But a lot of the dialogue of the Flash feels more like Avengers-style humor, with some of the quibs and some of his quick wit.
I mean, he's always going to be that quippy character. He definitely seems like he's kind of the Spider-Man for the DC universe to some degree.
Yeah.
And it fits. But yeah, he had all the best lines, I would say, or the best. I think the majority of his jokes landed, whereas other people's kind of landed with a thud, I felt like, at times. Oh, I hope this way's east. Jokes like that, I think, really feel like they came from Joss.
Especially the Pet Sematary joke. Ray Fisher, who plays Cyborg, I thought he was great. He was a good actor.
Yeah, we really enjoyed his character, too.
He's kind of getting the shit end of the stick from other critics, but I kind of liked his character.
I mean, it's a shame that the CG work on his look is cheesy.
It's shiny, but I was not taken out.
Yeah, well, I was taken out by a lot of the effects and the unrealistic look of this movie, but his backstory was interesting. I found his characterization interesting, his personality, how he's struggling with this power that's in him, and he doesn't know how to control it, and he's got languages going on in his head that he doesn't understand.
Yeah,
he's trying to determine this stuff. There's a lot of internal conflict with his character that made him more interesting than some of the leads, the Wonder Womans and the Batmans of the film.
Well, I like Wonder Woman a lot in this movie, because I like her sort of leadership struggle with Batman plays out, but I really like her sort of new friendship with Cyborg. She makes him feel comfortable, and she makes him feel like he's normal. Cyborg is the son of Miles Dyson from Cyberdyne Systems. Miles Dyson's son is killed in a football accident. He decides to take the arm of the Terminator from the future and apply it to his son's body while using a mother box to kind of morph it together, and then Cyborg becomes half T-1000, half professional football player. The plot is basically, in my opinion, the simplest, most basic, flat-ironed plot possibly of any comic book or any movie I've ever seen.
Get the band together and go stop the big bad guy.
Yeah.
Bad guy literally falls out of the sky and goes looking for Rubik's Cubes and, wants to destroy the world for whatever fucking reason. And then, of course, we have to have a third act that instead of a blue space laser, we get blue space rock candy that's trying to destroy Sokovia again for some reason.
Yeah.
With one family. Like, they want us to focus on this one family for some reason and care about them being under siege by these space aliens.
Oh, and they hammer it in this time,
God,
folks.
they hammer that in.
These superheroes need to save lives because there's 6 superheroes fighting a demigod, and 2 of them leave to go save 4 family members.
Yeah, that whole end action scene was just such a mess. It was just CGI character fighting CGI character in a CGI environment. It just really is just cartoon time.
Yeah, to me, it's clear through the story and through the decision making of the character. They wanted to have larger emphasis on character. And basically, they wanted to establish a lighter tone. Job well done on that. It's definitely a lighter tone. There's no brooding, mopey, boring characters. It's almost like everyone got a jolt of Red Bull, and they're all just bigger, louder, funner versions of themselves, specifically Batman.
For the most part, I'm just not interested in Ben Affleck as Batman. I kind of still see Ben Affleck too much. I don't know. I'm just not really that into any of these characters other than The Flash. I thought Cyborg was good, but I don't think I'd want to sit through a Cyborg movie,
I think Cyborg will be the Hulk in this universe.
Yes.
He'll pop up in the Flash movie, maybe. I don't think he could flash up in the Aquaman movie because he'd probably electrocute himself or something if he went in the water. I don't know.
The world they established in this for the Aquaman,
it's just awful.
Where does
it's
he
like
live?
I think it's like Eternia or something. No, it's
not the Amazonian world.
No,
but
it's fucking, what do you call it?
Aquarius.
The Life Aquatic.
Life Aquatic with Arthur something. What is his fucking name?
Arthur.
He's got some regular fucking name.
Arthur Curry.
It's
like who named him Arthur Curry?
Yeah,
but that's from the comics. But no, it's Atlantis. And if you've ever seen a land less realized, let me know, because they're supposedly like guarding one of these, and we're not, no spoilers here, but they're supposedly guarding one of these mother boxes.
Rubik's cubes.
There's one person, there's one merman guarding it, whereas when they show the Amazon, there's tons and tons and tons of those Wonder Woman chicks.
Every time we go to the Pussy Riot Planet Amazon world, I feel like there's a ton of exposition every time we get there. They have to give us
they're the storytellers.
Yeah, it's like they have to give us a history lesson every time. Well, actually, I think it doesn't take place when we're there, but it's still Wonder Woman is the one who gives the history lesson in the movie. And
yeah, I liked that scene, and it was cool. And there's some shout out cool cameos to be had in this exposition. Scene. Lord of the Rings style.
Very Lord of the Rings. I mean,
yeah, loved
almost
that
like
scene.
The intro or the credit scene, which is very Snyder. They play a Leonard Cohen song done by somebody else. And I think that really worked to start the film off and give me that Snyder feel that I'm kind of used to. But then there's like only one other musical choice later in the film that deals with Aquaman, and it was terrible. And so I feel like that was one thing that's kind of a stamp of Snyder that was a bit missing, was some of the musical choices in the film.
Well, I mean, and that just goes with the Aquaman character in general to me. I mean, we'll just say this musical cue has something to do with sort of the second introduction we get for the Aquaman character, where they're literally just trying to say, this guy's cool, this guy's cool.
Yes, totally.
And I'm like, okay, maybe he's written cool, but this guy, this House of Cards or whatever, Game of Thrones guy, cannot deliver these lines, man. I'm sorry. You can bash me all you want, he's a good looking dude. Fuck, I don't care. He's essentially kind of the Thor of the group, except Thor is charming and funny and fun, and the guy has the best superpower you can ever have of acting. Sorry, it's hard not to go off on Aquaman because everyone else seems to be kind of sucking his aqua dick at this point, and I just wasn't really caring at all.
No, he didn't even really use his powers in an interesting way in the film.
What are his powers?
I think at one point he does some water control to some degree, and not even in an impressive way. He doesn't do anything with animals. I don't know. Most of his fighting is done on land. Maybe in the Aquaman movie we'll see more of what his powers really are capable of.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you get him away from the water, he's just a way less strong Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Like he throws a trident, and he can jump high, and he does give off some pretty cool 90s one-liners like, my man, and yeah, and hell yeah. If you're ready for WrestleMania, give me a hell yeah. Yeah, I like Jeremy Irons' Alfred a ton. I think he hasn't been in a lot in the 2 movies he's been in. He was in a lot of this one, actually. And I think he's one of the better Alfreds, personally. And Amy Adams was in there just for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, Amy Adams and Diane Lane.
They're like, how can we make her look older every movie?
Yeah, seriously. Give her a terrible wig. Seriously, there was some really bad makeup jobs, really bad wigs. You got J.K. Simmons wearing some weird ass blonde wig in the movie.
He had nothing to do as Commissioner Gordon.
So yeah, there's a lot of wasted talent in the movie. So we can mention the one thing coming out of this Justice League movie that we both would be excited for is a Flash movie.
Oh my god!
And just the little setup for his storyline already has me intrigued of what his
totally
backstory or story going forward would be.
Yeah. A Flash movie will be the equivalent of the Wonder Woman movie, where it's going to be a breakout movie because this guy is perfect in the role.
Yeah.
He's the Spider-Man of these DC movies, and we just saw how well that new Spider-Man did. I would love to see... Well, Flash is one of my favorite characters in all of comics. I want to see a Flash movie, and I like the way they have his character act, and I like how they left him off with his arc. You know, this had a lot... He had a good arc in this movie that we won't give away, but, you know, these are all sort of origin stories for these characters all thrown into one movie, and his was probably the best.
Yeah, and I kind of loved how the two characters that stood out for us that we really enjoyed going forward were interested in, the Flash and Cyborg. Both of them, they have that one little moment where they talk about their backstories, and they even say it, oh, here's the abridged version, and it's just a couple quick lines, we know enough to move forward.
Yeah.
Then you get fucking Jason Momoa or whatever, fucking Aquaman, and he gets like a 10-minute scene to set up his movie that just goes nowhere, is pointless, stupid, and boring.
Stupid.
I wish they could have just done the one-line thing like they did with the other guys. It would have worked a lot better.
Yeah. Well, they gave him that scene to make him... They put him up next to Amber Heard to make him actually look like a good actor because she's much, much worse. And I hope that she dies really fast in this Aquaman movie. James Wan, please, for Christmas, kill off Amber Heard. So, guys, to summarize, Justice League. Wasn't really all that pumped to see it. It didn't really have that hype machine for me, probably because it lumped all these people together in one film before introducing them. But I thought the ones that I was really looking forward to seeing did not disappoint me. Flash. I was curious about Cyborg because I didn't know a lot about him, and I really kind of enjoyed the way they played Cyborg's character. Wonder Woman was good as always, you know, she's doing her thing, and I still want to see Ben Affleck be Batman. I know he doesn't seem to want to do it anymore, and you don't care if he does, but I kind of want to see him in his own film and see how he carries it before I make any more judgment on that. This was a fluffier version, this was a funner version. People weren't taking themselves or the situations as seriously. You could tell DC was trying to course correct with the mopiness and the, hey, everyone has to die, everyone has to be sad. This was an Earth ending type of scenario, but no one really seemed to play it out that way or care that much, and I liked that they did that. So for me, I gotta give Justice League 6 gulps.
I mean, in the end of the film, I feel like I'm watching the Terminator fight, Lord of the Rings characters fighting, Batman fighting, Star Trek characters. It's just such a mishmash. This movie is a mess to me. One thing that I found interesting, there really is a theme going through all the Batman movies. Batman likes to create these brand new, amazing toys and then destroy them after one use. It happens in every iteration of Batman, all the way back to Tim Burton's. He flies in with some new machine and crash lands it, and it's destroyed by the end of the fight. Couple fun moments, but really not enough to say it's a strong film. Let's do what Marvel did and put out more movies to get this set up. That's really what I think would have been better. So I can't say this is a very good movie. I'm going to give it a score of 4.
Okay, so that was our gulp review for Justice League. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please click like and or subscribe to our channel today. John, where can they find us?
Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Look for Cinema Gulp.
Until next time, this is Ben.
This is John.
We drink your cinema.
I drink it up! America, fuck yeah!